Hey guys, we're back with another expert interview. I'm Jason Balin from Hard Money Bankers, and sitting next to me is Russ White
nice to meet
from
you.
Swagdog. As you can see, a little bit changed the scenery. We're not in our office anymore. We are actually at the Baltimore Ravens studio, Baltimore Ravens Stadium, I should say, in Baltimore, AKA Russ's second office. We're going to learn a little bit about that in a little bit. But yeah, Russ comes to hang out here a few times a month, and I'm assuming he's in this place by himself. I'm assuming he gets a ton of work done. He probably can do a lot of brainstorming and things like that. So the reason we do these expert interviews, number one, is to learn a little bit about how other businesses work, different types of niches and things like that, but also to learn a little bit about the entrepreneur, the business owner, the operator. So we're going to get into that and learn a little bit about Russ as well. So first, Russ, thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
Welcome to the show, although I'm coming to you.
Welcome to my office.
So let's start. Just tell everybody a little bit about how you got started with Swagdog, a little bit about your background.
Sure. So I got into the t-shirt business back in college, University of Maryland. A lot of people have a similar story, but I was selling t-shirts for beer money, and found that was in the beginning, my roommates were wearing all my shirts, so inventory was shrinking. So that was my first actual kind of delve into, profit and loss, knowing, hey, you got some stuff, and if you don't actually sell it, you don't make any money. So, but anyway, I ended up selling out, obviously, of my first round of shirts, and I kind of got the bug from there, and that kind of transported me to this 25-year journey of owning an apparel business, and it's been fantastic. And as I joke with my wife, I kind of started with this and never got a real job. Yeah,
I was just going to say, so pretty much this is all you've done your whole life.
Ever
since college,
yeah.
this is all you know. So just tell everybody exactly what Swagdog does.
Okay, Swagdog is a apparel and promotional products company. We screen print and embroider in-house. We specialize in taking someone's logo and putting it on branded merchandise. That's kind of the long and short of it.
Got it. And who would you say your target clients would be?
Well, I like to say that we take on any customer. So, but the preferred customer, the goal of our kind of sales unit is to go after corporate America.
Sure.
The customer that probably does between $10 and $100 million in business, that has a marketing budget of maybe $100 to $1 million a year. Someone that does a lot of trade shows, hands out a lot of swag,
sure.
Hence the name Swagdog.
So you're not necessarily looking for the Vistaprint stuff of the world of, hey, I need 5 pens or 10 t-shirts, or maybe even trying to play the margin game of like, hey, I want to do a ton of this stuff for a very small amount. You're trying to look for the same clients that will come back to you over and over and over. They do a corporate outing, they do, whatever. They hire new employees and they need t-shirts. So you're trying to stick, I like to call it kind of the quantity game, and you make what you believe you deserve per product, and not just tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff like the Vistaprint, because anyone can just go to Vistaprint and get a pen, get a t-shirt, get a coffee mug. I
mean, to be completely honest, we order business cards from Vistaprint.
Sure.
And they have a space, or a niche in our space, and what they do is great. And sure. But where we fit in is more of the relationship side, more of the problem solving side. People come to us that have a business and say, I'm putting together a trade show or 10 trade shows over the next year. Here's my budget, can you kind of work within that and produce products that are going to give me a tangible return on our investment?
Sure. No, I think that's smart, and one key thing that you just said related to how small businesses, for the most part, because you're a small business.
Sure.
Small business has to operate compared to some of these gigantic companies. I mean, you're not competing with Vistaprint. You're not competing with Walmart. You're not competing with these big gigantic companies that their game is just quantity. Just get every person in the door, make a buck. And your company, very similar to our company, is the same place. Like, I don't compete with banks. I don't compete with large institutions. Like, we know exactly how much we want to make on our product. Mm-hmm. And we want to continue to do that over and over and over for the same client. Yep. So marketing and branding is so important to us, but we have to, just like you, we have to be better salespeople. We have to have a better internal process. We need to make sure we're taking care of our clients day in, day out, because Vistaprint, they don't have customer service, right? That's not what you're competing with. You want someone to have a long-lived relationship with you, and I'm assuming I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but I'm assuming The hardest part is you get someone, hey, give me an opportunity. Give me an opportunity.
Absolutely.
I will wow you, and I promise you, you'll never leave. And it's over and over and over and over.
Absolutely, yeah. And another example of that is Custom Ink. They're a huge, I won't say online presence in our business, but they don't print themselves, right? So they're just kind of aggregating the orders. They take the 12-piece orders out there, the 36-piece orders. They do a great job of it, and they kind of distribute it out to a lot of screen printers throughout the country, which we do not. We only do our own printing for our own customers. We do not do contract work, so to speak. But that is, you know, their pricing model actually helps us because it's, you know, it's priced a little bit higher than we are, therefore giving us, you know, plenty of room in our margin to take care of the customer, give them a discount as well as a more personal touch.
And I'm assuming after being in business for 25 years, you know what works and what doesn't work, right? I mean, there's, you know, whatever. There's, you know, you could have the identical company to yours that could offer the same things, and they can run it very differently than you've run it. But you've, I'm assuming, realized, and all small business owners need to realize this. Like, figure out what you're comfortable with, figure out what's working for you, and stick to the game plan. Don't try to be the master of everything. Like you could be. You could be like, hey, we're at the Raven Stadium. You know, Raven Stadium. I want to do this. This person, I want to sell you this. I want to sell you this. Stick to what's working. You know, you figure out whatever your top 5 sellers are, or your most, the things you make the most money on, which is probably different than what the consumer may even think, that you actually make the biggest profit margins on, and you stick to that stuff, and you do it over and over and over and over.
Yeah, and I think the key to that is doing it correct, having a long view for business, meaning take care of your customer. You know, you're going to have bumps, you're going to have mistakes, but as long as you stand behind those mistakes, rectify them as soon as possible, and then, you know, continue to give them top-notch service, they'll stay with you, and therefore you're gaining, you know, from your own customer base, you should be gaining 10 to 15% growth every year just from them.
Yeah, that's right.
And that kind of dovetails into, you know, where do we get a lot of our business? Our business comes almost exclusively from referrals. You know, you're a customer, which we appreciate, thank you. But it's, you know, you tell somebody about us, and then we're using them, and then we're using them, and it's almost, you know, it starts to multiply out.
Yeah, and that's how it grows, 10 or 20%. And hopefully, you know, your customers, just like ours actually for that part, are small business owners. So they're hopefully they're growing, and you're helping them grow, and by that they're moving. So it's a good lesson for any small business owners. You can't compete with the big boys. You don't need to compete with them. You know, you don't want to compete with somebody in order to make less money and do a lot more work. That's the dumbest thing of all time. You don't want to have to compete with somebody over here to make less. To do more, make less. It doesn't matter. You know, brand your company. Spend your money up front on digital marketing and other assets in order to grow your client base, or spend money on your current client base, get them in the door, and then just rinse and repeat over and over and over. So
absolutely,
it's a good thing. Let's talk a little bit about partnerships, because I know you have a partner, you know, in your business. I have a partner in my business, and a lot of small business owners in general have a hard time with partnerships. Maybe it's just because they didn't find the right partner, they don't know how to react. Usually a business owner is an alpha male, or, you know, dominant personality type. So the last thing you need is someone to be like, hey, do it like this, do it like this. You know, what has worked for you in order to keep a solid working relationship with your partner for so long?
Yeah, I think that you're right. Most business owners are A personalities. I've been extremely lucky to have a business partner. Mike Schock is his name. He's a great guy. And we've been in business together 25 years. And we found each other I was right out of college, or actually I was still kind of finishing up college when I met him. And you know, he had a similar business. We kind of connected instantly, and we made a friendship from business. So therefore, it was kind of the foundation of it was business. And we have very similar, sometimes I think we're almost too similar, you know, which lends itself to the longevity of a partnership, but sometimes when we split stuff up, you know, we're both kind of good at some of the similar things. Therefore, we need to shore up some of the things maybe we're not as good at. But yeah, I mean, partnerships they're like anything. They're like a marriage. You know, you need to treat them with respect, and you need to, you know, talk to each other when you have issues, and you need to celebrate when you make great things happen. And but you also need to lean in each other. And I think when you have a partnership that has worked the way ours has, is we separate things. It's like, okay, you take that, I'll take that, and we don't like micromanage each other, because one, I don't think that in a small business there are advantages, I guess, to micromanaging. It's just not really my style. I've always kind of said, hey, this is your part, you do it, and then, you know, if it's not working, then we change it up.
Yeah, no, very, very, very similar. And you know, the reason I asked that question obviously is I have a similar partnership as well with Chris, but small business owners all the time that I talk to, they want to bring on a partner because the partnership's usually healthy. You know, it's good not to be the only person. Let's say you have a hierarchy chain, you're the only one and everything falls on you. It's good to kind of share risk and reward with somebody, and also just to bounce ideas off of them and have, you know, sometimes they work as a mentor. And you know, a few keywords that, you know, you said, obviously, you know, you got to trust that person just like anything else. Not micromanage is important, and you kind of, for the most part, have defined roles of, listen, you're going to do this, I'm going to do this. And the way you do it's going to be very different than the way I would do it, but it's still going to get accomplished.
Absolutely.
And starting out at Hard Money Bankers, for instance, we were everywhere. It's like, cool, I'll just do this. Okay, I'll do this. I'll do this. We didn't have defined roles. Now it's, hey, I'm front end, originating, marketing, you know, underwriting, Chris is back end, you know, running funds, you know, are things like that. And everything is separated, and we know when something comes in, what channel that goes to. And I would do things completely different if I was in his position. He would do things completely different if he was in my position, but they work for our personality types. And I'm assuming you and Mike would be the same thing. Like, you could switch roles and you probably still have just as successful companies.
And actually we've had over the years. we've won, you know, from one person running production, called the front of the house, the back of the house. And over the years, we've flip-flopped. Yeah, because you're doing something for 5 or 10 years, you kind of get bored. So we've done that over the years, and it's been good. I think once again, it's trust, it's tolerance, it's you know, being able to communicate. Hey, you know, and when you come to someone with a problem, especially a partner, you come there with a, hey, how can I help you? You know, why? How can we be better at this?
Sure.
You know what I mean? And it can always be solved. Always.
What's a good goal for Swagdog kind of moving forward? Like, where do you see this company going? Are you looking to eventually sell the company? Are you looking to just cash flow from it? Are you looking to hire, you know, CEO and take a back seat? Like, you know, what's kind of a goal for this in your head long term? Because you've been in it long enough. I mean, I know you know a lot of things, but like, this is really what you know. You've been in this business for 25 years.
I tell you, we have been in a long time, and I really like the role I'm in now. You know, I mean, I've been in this role a long time, but I like the space we're in. I like the customers we have. You know, obviously I want to continue to grow. I'm competitive. I'm an entrepreneur. I want to keep doing that. But you know, I'm not bored. So, you know, we're doing well. We're making money. You know, it's kind of one of those things. You know, why change up? You know. You know? And also, you know, nowadays, as the kids get older, you know, and spend a little bit more time sports and doing those things. So I don't know if I could start from scratch again with the hours that we had to put in to get it up to a certain level, you know. And once you kind of get it on a plane, almost like a boat, you know, you get it up and it's kind of moving, you hire some great people. You know, I've had people working for me 20 years, 15 years, 12 years, 8 years.
Family.
So those people are like core.
Yeah.
So I don't anticipate ever really selling it. And you know, as long as it's making money, I'm having fun, I'm here to stay.
Yeah, no, it's good. So what does like the average day of Russ look like? Like, what do you what's your normal day? Because obviously you're mixing it up if you're spending a few times a month here.
Well, I'll kind of back in from here. This is nice. This is kind of like my regroup. You know, they say work on the business, not in the business. You know, so I come here. I make a list of all the kind of sales calls I want to make, people I haven't touched base with in a little while. I kind of bang those out, and then I kind of go through my checklist of, you know, how things are going, what are some of the things I want to improve on. I spend a little time kind of sending out refresher emails on some of the IT stuff that we're working on, some of the, you know, marketing plans that we've maybe not executed on, and you know, just kind of keep pushing the rock up the hill, as they say, right? The boulder up the hill. So,
yeah, no, I think super important.
But I think on a, you know, the days I'm here, usually every Wednesday, which is nice, kind of like a fixed day. I try to have a couple meetings here as well, so it's nice. I mean, the stadium's fantastic. It's, you know, I call it the closing room. It's just, you know, you just come here and just kind of say, how are you guys? And then usually everything kind of does its own work.
Yeah. But hey, just sign right here, take this big bulk order, and you can come to a game with me next weekend. As
my wife says, how many POs did you get today? Yeah, because she thinks I'm just goofing off down here. Which, but anyway, so, but the days I'm not down here, you know, it's pretty, you know, I get into work at 8:30. I usually try to get out of work at 5:30 or 6, you know, try to have a real standard schedule so I can get home and spend some quality time with the family. But, you know, I walk in, I check production, you know, I make sure that everything happened yesterday happened, you know, kind of troubleshoot with my production people. have a couple meetings with the admin staff to make sure all the orders for the week are going through. And usually we have problems, which is the way the world is, right?
Normal.
Which is kind of actually fun. I enjoy troubleshooting. You know, I enjoy problem solving for customers, and I think that's what makes our company unique. That's our competitive advantage, is that people come to us and say, hey, I got a problem.
Sure.
And obviously it's a promotional products problem, or we got to do t-shirts or mugs or pens or polos, but it's fun because every day is different.
Yeah, no, that's a good answer. And when I talk about that, it's the same thing. It's like, look at this office. Every day is different. I come in here, we do this, we have a meeting here. Yep. You know, you stay creative. You do some personal activities throughout, development activities throughout the day. You do some family stuff throughout the day. It's like, why wouldn't you want to continue to do this? It's not just like pounding pavement 24/7.
Yeah,
like
if I was bored or I felt like it was too repetitive, I wouldn't do it.
What? How many employees do you guys have?
We have 18 employees.
And do you guys have middle management, or do you?
No, everybody rolls up to me.
Everyone rolls up to you.
I mean, we have some people that manage other people, but I try to keep it as my office is on right next to purchasing, and the general manager's office, and I try to keep it as flat as I can, and anybody can come to me, and I like, I like dealing with problems. Now, yes, I try to, if there's an issue, I quickly farm it out. I'm not, I'm very, I delegate a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I swear small business owners are some of the best business owners because they're involved in so many departments. And I don't think I've yet to interview anybody who has middle management.
Yeah,
I thought you maybe would be close because you had 18 plus employees. And I think a little bit more than that you may. And starting out, I'm like, I want middle management. I want them to hire. I want them to fire. When there's issues, I want them to deal with it. Because let's be honest, we didn't start a business to manage employees, do bookkeeping, do this other stuff that we all did to start off with. And yes, you hire people to do that, but hey, when you hire an accountant and they ask you an accounting question, it's like, I don't know the answer to that. And you learn some of that stuff along the way. So
yeah, I think that you gotta delegate out, but you still need to be involved as much as you can, especially in the hiring and firing. Especially the firing. I just feel like if someone's leaving the business, I want to talk to them. I want to make sure we're on the same page of why this is happening, and then also, try to leave it nice. So, but
we try to do something similar to that too, because I mean, listen, they were part of the family. I mean, they come inside the operation and they're helping the company grow, help us all make money. I mean, they're part of.
And it doesn't.
We help them make money. Like we're all part of it. So you don't want that to happen, and obviously, that has to happen. That's just part of it, and it's. You ask any entrepreneur, I don't know about big companies, but small companies, it's all hard for somebody to fire somebody. And it's not just because it's hard to let somebody go and it's emotional and stuff. It's like, hey, this is a part of my family. This is somebody who helped grow this with me. They're just not the right role for this right now. So that's interesting. All right, so I got one more good question for you that I ask every single entrepreneur on every interview that I do. Okay. So how does Russ White see the future of retirement? Are you the type of guy that you're going to get to the point and you're going to be like, you know what? I got the money I want. I got the health that I want. I'm in a good spot. I'm going to take my cell phone. I'm going to run to the beach. I'm going to throw it in there and said, I'm out. I got the money that I need. Or are you going to be like, grind, wake up every day. I'm going to continue to work. I'm going to work. This is all I know. And grind, pound pavement forever because you've been doing it for 25 years. And what's another,
So, although that does sound very appealing some days, believe me, I joked one the other day. I mean, sometimes things get busy, and we had a really tough, busy couple. Last month was amazing. So I joked with my mom. I flew her up from Florida because we went to the away Ravens game in Nashville, and I had her watch kids. And
that's why I flew her up.
Yeah, I'm a nice guy.
About to hang out with her.
I love her. She wanted to come up and see the grandkids. She didn't want to see me anyway.
Fair enough.
But I joked with her. I said, "Listen, there are days I just want to get a Southwest one way somewhere. Just go take a couple days off."
That's everyone.
But I think I really enjoy what I do. I enjoy. Working with the people I work with. So as long as the enjoyment's there, sure, would I love to, we have a couple properties at the beach, so I'd love to, maybe leave, maybe Wednesday night and work from the Thursday and Friday, Monday or Saturday, Sunday off, and then drive back Monday morning. That would be awesome if that's someday, obviously after the kids are all out of the house. So, yeah, no, I see kind of continuing this till it's not fun anymore. You know what I mean? I think I joke, you know, with people is that being an entrepreneur is, the definition of it is, I should be able to be dropped in the middle of Kansas and with a year have $1 million company, right? And I feel like I can. I really do. I don't think I'm limited on, you know, geographically or even from I mean, a P&L is a P&L is a P&L, you know, and if I can run a balance sheet and a P&L and I can manage people, you know, I could sell corn for a living, you know? So, but I'm enjoying what I'm doing now. As long as that's still enjoyable, I'll keep doing it.
No, two things on that. So number one, you're right. You have the skill set that you can do everything. And I remember, you know, working with a lot of high-end marketers when we were doing a lot of, you know, when we were starting our company, and there's like, listen, when you understand some of these things related to marketing, related to sales, related to operating a company, it doesn't matter what you're selling, it doesn't matter what it is. Yeah, you can rinse and repeat. I mean, you're going to sell, and we're going to be involved in businesses that we love and we enjoy doing, because if not, you cannot start a business that you don't enjoy doing.
Right.
Like, it's just not, you're just not going to have a passion, it's just not going to happen. So you can do that. And going back to the answer to your question, so there's no right and wrong answer to what question I just asked.
Sure.
But your answer was the exact same answer that every single person I've interviewed, including myself, says.
That's
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
The answer is, a little bit of both.
Yeah, absolutely.
A little bit of both. Hey, I love what I'm doing. I want to continue working every day. Do I want to go play golf a little bit more? Absolutely. Do I want to go spend more time at the beach? Yeah, absolutely. But you know what? I like what I'm doing. I'm going to come in and I'm going to do deals. I'm going to sell products. I'm going to meet my clients. I'm going to spend time with my employees, because that's me. Yeah. You know, you've molded your personal life and your business life into one, and I think that's the true definition of success when that actually happens. So, awesome. So, let's wrap up with, tell everybody how to get a hold of Swagdog.
Okay. Well, obviously you can go to our website, swagdog.com. Sometimes it's overwhelming, and we have 500,000 different products. So my suggestion is, you know, shoot me an email, russ@swagdog.com or sales@swagdog.com, and then there you go, a little bit of what we do there. Our own.
That's a good looking logo.
There you go. But yeah, we have a very robust social media campaign put on by my good friend Glenn Eunice at Corner Unit. So he does a fantastic job driving. So you'll see Facebook, Twitter, you know, all the stuff I know nothing about, he deals with. So what I call Tweeter or whatever it is.
Tweet.
So I'm not even on Facebook. My wife's on Facebook. I'm not. So which is bad as an entrepreneur. I should be on.
Well, the good news is
he deals with it. So
the good news is you're the expert at what you do, and other people are experts at other things.
I'm smart enough to know what I don't know.
Let them do it. Let them help bring in traffic for you. Let them brand, be all over the freaking place.
Absolutely.
Get people in the door. Yeah. And you're obviously a salesman, so sell them up.
That's right. Come to the closing room. Here we go. Raven Stadium.
Cool. All right, man. Thanks. Well, I appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thanks for coming out.
No, absolutely. Thanks for letting me come to your office. You're
you want to go get some lunch now? Can we get some lunch now? All right.
Bye, guys. Until next time.